Chapter 47, There's no one I don't dare to arrest. Just as young Master Chen was about to step forward, the door was pushed open by Su Cheng. He frowned and looked at young Master Chen. Don't force things with others, especially women. What business do you have here? Young Master Chen was slightly angered. Su Cheng really wanted to say that he was her husband, but when those words got to his mouth, he paused for a second and said, "Since she doesn't like you, why force things on her? You can lead a horse to water but you can't make him drink, don't you know? Get out of here, whatever's happening here is none of your business," young Master Chen angrily said. "You are the one that should get out, don't you know that you are in her dressing room?" Su Cheng looked at young Master Chen and said. Young Master Chen narrowed his eyes. He sneered as he stared right into Su Cheng's eyes. "Who the fuck are you? Are you blind?" Su Cheng snorted as he pointed at his uniform. "This isn't something a little patrol officer can manage," young Master Chen said in a deep voice, feeling that this dude was ruining his plan. Originally, he got those stylists and makeup artists out so he could do whatever he wanted, but he didn't know a patrol officer would barge in. "Someone just told me that an animal in clothes is sexually harassing someone, so I came over to check out the situation," Su Cheng replied. Hearing this, the corners of Lin Chuxiu's mouth slightly lifted. "Who are you calling an animal in clothes?" Young Master Chen was now furious. Su Cheng faintly laughed. "Whoever's harassing the girl is the animal in clothes. You tell me, are you harassing her?" Young Master Chen's whole face dragged down and darkened. He came up to Su Cheng and was about to grab his collar, but who would have expected that Su Cheng would just headbutt his forehead, making him so dizzy that he fell to the ground. "You! Do you know who I am?" Young Master Chen pointed at Su Cheng as he gritted his teeth and said. "I know, an animal." Su Cheng squatted and looked at him. "Don't come and harass Chuxiu in the future, or I will arrest you. You dare to arrest me?" Young Master Chen sat on the floor and immediately started laughing. "Just with that badge of yours?" Su Cheng looked at that one tiny star on his shoulder board and smiled. "Of course I can't just arrest you, but you should ask that miss over there if she dares to sue you or not." Then, he raised his head, looked at Lin Chuxiu, and asked, "Did he harass you?" Lin Chuxiu's eyes narrowed as she pressed her lips together. She knew Su Cheng was provoking her. What a guy that holds grudges! Is he putting me on the spot just because my fans scratched his clothes? Su Cheng's question was basically asking Lin Chuxiu, "Do you have the balls to sue him?" A faint smile appeared on that calm and beautiful face of hers as she replied, "Yes, he was harassing me. But officer, do you dare to arrest him?" She successfully turned the question back at him. Su Cheng just grabbed young Master Chen by the arm and said, "That's all I need, it's all good as long as you claim that he was harassing you. I will be taking him away now." Lin Chuxiu didn't know that Su Cheng would actually dare to take young Master Chen away. She was a bit shocked because the Su Cheng she knew would try to avoid all kinds of unnecessary trouble. But, if she knew that Su Cheng had already subsequently offended a bunch of big characters of the Four Gates in Shangcheng, she would be shocked, wondering when Su Cheng grew such a big pair of balls. "You dare!" Young Master Chen's face turned grim. "I will make you regret it. I've heard that sentence way too many times ever since I got this job, but I'm still here doing my job. Just come to the bureau and record your confession, and then we can talk about other things." Su Cheng grabbed young Master Chen's body, leaving him feeling completely helpless as he was dragged away by Su Cheng like a rabbit. All he could do was curse loudly as he tried to kick and punch Su Cheng, but it didn't accomplish anything other than annoying Su Cheng. At last, Su Cheng directly threatened, "If you still want to save your face, don't force me to put handcuffs on you in front of the crowd." Since resistance was proven pointless, young Master Chen could only choose to yield. After getting into Su Cheng's car, he sat at the back as he coldly looked at Su Cheng and said, "Be prepared to pick up the phone any moment now." After you dragged me into the car, my assistant would have already dialed my connections. If you let me go right now and kneel and apologize, then I won't hold you accountable for what you did." Su Cheng snorted as he kept on driving, "I won't even kneel before gods and devils, yet you want me to kneel to you." Young Master Chen continued, "My dad's name is Chen Xiaoming, one of the top 10 real estate owners Shang Cheng." Su Cheng, "Awesome, I will call your dad in a bit and tell him to come and bail you out." Young Master Chen, "You." After getting back to the bureau, Su Cheng directly threw young Master Chen behind bars. "Behave well. You will be detained for 5 days for harassment, and you can sign here if you don't have a problem." "I will sign your mom." Young Master Chen grabbed onto the iron bars and roared. Seeing that there were a couple of officers at the bureau that recognized him, he immediately shouted, "Hurry and let me go, you guys know that my dad is Chen Xiaoming, right?" The 3 on-duty police officers on the other side all looked at each other. They wanted to say a few words to Su Cheng, but after thinking back to all the things he had done in the past few days he was here, they decided to report to their instructor first. The instructor was also shocked after he came out of his office and saw young Master Chen behind bars. He got close to Su Cheng and whispered, "What's he in for?" "Harassment charges." "Is there evidence?" the instructor asked. "Caught in the act." Su Cheng asked, "Instructor, did you tell me to go and be in charge of the protection of Lin Chugxiu?" The instructor nodded. "Yeah." Su Cheng pointed towards the dude behind bars and said, "This bastard was harassing Lin Chugxiu. If you don't want Lin Chugxiu to sue our bureau, we should keep him locked behind bars and follow the proper protocol." At this moment, the instructor didn't know whether he should laugh or cry. Holy crap, they couldn't afford to offend either side. One of them was a public figure with tons of fans, and she could use her social influence to pressure the bureau at any time. The other was the elder son of one of the wealthiest families in the city. The instructor glared at the 3 bastards that came to his office to get him. If he knew this was the case, he wouldn't have come out and would have just let Su Cheng be responsible for everything, since this wasn't the first time he offended a young master. But now that he was out, if he turned around and just left, then young Master Chen would definitely hold him accountable for not doing anything. "How do you plan on dealing with him?" the instructor asked. As Su Cheng recorded the information into the system, he said, "Just follow the proper procedure and release him after 5 days of detention." The instructor dry coughed upon hearing that. He patted Su Cheng on the shoulder, pulled him to the side and bitterly laughed. "Su Cheng, you know our temple is small, we can't accommodate these big characters." Su Cheng pretended to not know what the instructor was saying and replied, "I think it's big enough though, look at the cells. It can hold at least a dozen people. We can't always keep it vacant, right? Otherwise, if the higher-ups come and check, they might think that we aren't working. I know this young Master Chen, can you do me a favor, and just let him go after half a day or something?" the instructor asked. To be honest, Su Cheng only wanted to detain this guy so he didn't go bother Lin Chugxiu at her signing event. After half a day, the event would be done anyways, and this could also count as doing the instructor a favor. So, he immediately pouted and pretended to reluctantly agree. Fine. This scene immediately dropped the jaws of those 3 officers on duty at the bureau. They couldn't believe that the instructor would ask a subordinate for his opinion. One of them lowered his voice and said, "Have you guys heard about that incident at the Westgate's casino where an officer went in, stirred up a shitstorm, and sent old Master Qin to the hospital?" "Brother Zhang Ruiyan said Su Cheng did it." The other 2, "Holy fuck." That night, Zhang Ruiyan was taken by people from the Westgate casino, and it was also Su Cheng that went in and brought him out. Some friends of mine that were at the casino told me, Su Cheng went to that casino twice and face-slapped Westgate twice that night. I don't think things will end pretty for him.